Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well today and you're practicing being safe. My name is Julian. I'm a yoga teacher from the UNF Wellness Center. Today I'm going to bring you a relaxing yoga routine. It's going to last about 55 minutes. Today you're going to need a block or a cushion, something you could sit on. It could be a block or a pillow. You're going to need a scarf or something you could stretch like over your head. So that could be a scarf or a strap. And maybe some water as well if you find that you need some during the practice. Today's relaxing yoga, so we're going to take it super slow. We're going to hold our postures for a little extra longer than maybe you're used to. We're going to focus on breathing, feeling good, and just focusing on our mental clarity as well. Today we're going to start laying down first, and then we're going to make our way to standing up towards the end. So when you're ready, you can join me laying down. Swing your legs off to the side. Send all your props off to the side for now. And find your way to lay all the way down. If you have your pillow, you could take it underneath your knees. Your hands can be placed on your low belly. And as you settle in, your eyes can be opened or closed, whatever you would like. Start to draw some awareness to your breath. Take a big inhale through your nostrils and a big exhale out the mouth. Letting everything go. Big inhales to gather out nutrient-rich oxygen, and big exhales to release everything. Inhale to expand. Exhale to let it go. When you're ready, you can outstretch the arms overhead, just taking a little good morning stretch. And you can start to bring your hands towards your temples or your forehead and just gently giving your forehead some light rubs, just to relax all your facial muscles, some of the hardest muscles to relax in your body, especially the neck, the jaw, just working through every little bit of your face, staying in any spots that feel good for you, a little extra longer. When you've had enough, just give your forearms a little squeeze, full side, making your way up the tricep to the shoulder, and eventually letting your arm go. Switching sides, starting at the shoulder this time, working your way down your arm. And letting it go. We'll take about 5 breaths here, just some stillness. Focusing on the breath. As we start to come out of this little meditation, start to set a little intention or purpose for this practice. Whether you want to test your flexibility, find some mental clarity, or just feel good. When you're ready, you could take that pillow that you have underneath your knees, set it off to the side. Go ahead and raise up your right knee towards your chest, take it towards the shoulder, start to give it some circles. Make sure you're relaxing your hip as much as possible as you're giving yourself these circles. Letting the leg be loose. Take it the opposite way. The circles can be as small or as big as you would like. Try to make the practice about you today. Focusing on how you can make it as comfortable as possible. At the end of your next exhale, find the sole of your right foot and plant it to the inner left thigh. The farther you slide up the foot towards the groin, the more of a stretch you're going to feel in the right hip flexor. When you're ready, give yourself a little nudge up with your elbows to scoot up if you would like. Take the stretch further. Rest your hands on the chest or the belly. Set to draw an inhale through the nose. Big exhale. Releasing some of the tension from your right hip flexor. Inhale to expand through the belly. On your exhales, see if you can bring the right knee closer to the ground, opening up the hip flexor. The left foot remains flexed and the heel is drawn towards the ground to remain rooted. Last 2 breaths for the right hip flexor. From here, you could start to slide up your left foot to take a big bend at the left leg. Send your right ankle over to your left knee and take an inhale to hike up the legs. Clasp your hands behind your knee and bring your head back down. Make sure your shoulders are pinned back so that they're relaxed. On your inhale, start to push your left knee against your right ankle to open up the right hip flexor, taking it as far as you would like. If you're feeling open enough already and you want to take the stretch further, instead of bringing the hands behind your knee, take them up on top, place them on top of your knee, and bring the head back down. Make sure the shoulders are still relaxed. Last exhale here. Gently start to bring the left foot down to plant. Re-release the heel, sending the leg extended. When you're ready, look for your strap here. Send the strap to the ball of your right foot and hike up the leg to neutral. You can keep a little bend in the knee if you would like. You don't have to. Make sure the left heel is nice and rooted. Foot is flexed. First inhale is just going to be at neutral. We're going to focus on our posture today. So I'm going to show you what it would look like if you would have bad posture in the pose versus good posture. So bad posture here is going to be hiking the shoulders up towards the ears, and a tendency to do that is when you try to grab the strap too hard and you bring your grip too close to the foot. So what you're going to do here to relax is you're going to loosen your grip, grab both ends of the strap with both hands, pinning back the shoulders, letting those arms be against your mat, and taking a little bend through the leg. Notice how the heart and the chest is open towards the sky, and the shoulders are pinned back. Big inhale here. On your exhale, start to grab your strap with your left hand only. Release your right arm extended out towards the right side wall, and bring your right leg over towards the left side. Be here for about 2 more breaths. When you're ready, start to inhale it back to neutral. Take an exhale here. Big inhale through the nose. Make sure you're grabbing your strap the right way. And as you exhale, release the strap over to your right hand. Turn the right leg over towards the right. Left arm can be extended out. Take inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale to bend through the right knee. Grabbing on to your right knee one last time, giving it one big circle. And on your exhale, coming to your twist by sending your right knee over your left side. Releasing your right arm towards the side. Bring your right knee as close to the ground as possible without letting your right shoulder come off the ground. Bad posture here is going to be to bring your chest over towards your knee. You're going to want to keep your chest open and pinned open towards the sky. Making sure that right shoulder is against the ground the whole time. Posture for your neck in this pose. If you want to look towards your fingers, you'll be getting a neck twist, and if you look away, you'll just be getting less. Inhale starts to swing back the right leg. Take a little shake out. The legs. You can bend at both knees, send them up towards the chest, and just rock a little bit side to side before we switch sides. Gonna give both sides the appreciation they deserve today. When you're ready, right leg extends towards the air, and exhale to send the right heel towards the ground. Left knee is hugged in, and you can start to give yourself some circles, opening up the left hip flexor. You start to take it in the opposite direction. And finding your last exhale. Once you're ready, the sole of your left foot is going to be coming towards the inner right thigh. Give yourself a little scoot up. And just start to relax. If your knee is not touching the ground and is hiked up here, you can always send a block underneath the knee to just act as a surface. But if you could get your knee towards the ground, just find your way there. Hands can be at chest, belly, or even overhead. Once you're ready, right foot starts to slide up. Take a big bend at the right leg. Left ankle comes over to hike up towards the right knee. Inhale, sends up the legs. Start to notice which side is tighter and make it an intention just to give yourself a few extra breaths for that side. Finding your way to bring it farther just by bringing your hands to your knees, making sure your head comes back down. Eventually bring that right foot back down to meet the ground, re-releasing the heel. Looking for your strap for the opposite side. Strap comes to the ball of your left foot. Make sure you're giving yourself equal slack on both sides. Just up at neutral to start with. Big exhale here. Start to bring the shoulders all the way down. First inhale takes the strap over towards the right side wall. Left leg comes over towards the right. Left arm gets extended towards the left side. your way to come back up to neutral. Take an exhale here. Big inhale to start you off. Exhale sends the left leg over towards the left side. Inhale starts bringing you up back to neutral. Exhale to bend at the left knee. Strap goes off to the side for now. Left knee comes in towards the chest just to get one more circle before you send it across the right side for a twist. Taking your last breath in your twist for your left side. Inhale starts to wrap the left leg around, bring it towards the front, shaking out both legs one more time. You could bring both knees in towards your chest, and you could start to build some momentum towards the front of the room. Finding your way all the way to sit up. Once again, you can bring that cushion or block behind you just to prop yourself up on. Cross-legged seat to get us started. On your inhale, let's send our arms up overhead. Exhale is going to send your right forearm down towards the ground. Opposite arm by the ear. Reaching those fingertips towards the right side wall. Inhale to switch. Going through it one more time. If you're not open enough, just propping yourself up onto your fingertips, but if you are, dropping down onto your forearm, sending the arm up overhead. Switch. Inhaling to come back to neutral, arms come up. On your exhale, let's send our right hand to the left knee. Taking a twist. Make sure the fingertips are pointed towards the back wall. For your inhale, think about lifting through the crown of your head, rising also through the tailbone, pushing it in, tucking the abdomen in, lower ribs get tucked in. On your exhale, you can take the twist further by looking towards your back shoulder. Inhale on twist, take a little shake out, rotating the torso side to side. When you're ready, you could find your hands behind you, fingertips face towards you. On your inhale, push with your hands with some generous force. Inhale to hike up the hips, taking the head all the way back. On your exhale, re-releasing the hips down and letting the arms come back forward. Give yourself a little shake. When you're ready, inhale, the arms come up. Exhale to swap sides for our twist. Left hand comes over towards the right knee. Inhale to find some good posture, bring the back nice and straight, lifting through the crown of the head. Exhaling to twist further towards the back shoulder. Inhale to come back to neutral, take a little shake out. Once you're ready, release your right leg. It could still be folded and crossed, and you're going to send it about 4 to 5 inches in front of your left crossed leg. Send a block near your foot out in front. When you're ready, you could bind at your foot, or you could just send your hands off in front of you, making sure your shoulders are nice and pinned back. On your exhale, just guide yourself down, taking a little fold over your right side. Tendency for bad posture here is just to grab your foot too tightly and to hike the shoulders, trying to bring it down. Instead of doing this, ease up on yourself and bring the arms extended, pinning the shoulder blades back, and try to hinge from the hips. You could grab your foot and still have a little tug, just not to the point where you're arching the shoulders. Just be careful. Let the heart shine, let the chest lead. Inhale starts to rise, taking yourself up out of your fold. On your exhale, send your right leg extended and straight about 45 degrees. Make sure the sole of your left foot is pushed against your right inner thigh. On your inhale, you're going to take up your arms. Exhale to lead with the chest. Bring yourself across. The arm can be by the ear for a side body stretch, or it can just be framed at the leg for your hamstring stretch. Tendency here for bad posture is just to reach as far as possible and to hike the shoulders. To fix this, let's get a strap and take it a little bit easier. Equal slack on both sides, grabbing the strap with both hands. Notice how much flatter my back just got. I'm able to keep the chest nice and puffed, heart's open, back feels really good here. Versus hunched over, not feeling so great. If you're not getting enough of a stretch, just tighten the grip a little bit more. Hinge with the hips. Inhale to rise. Set your strap off to the side for now. You could cartwheel your left arm once you get here. Take it up towards your left hip, plant the hand. Inhale sends up your right arm. We're going to start to push through our left knee and hike up the hips to take a back bend. Start to circle the arm. Take it the opposite way and set yourself down. Your exhale. Send in the right leg and you can switch sides. Left leg's going to be sent out about 5 to 6 inches. Inhale sends up arms. Exhale to lead with the chest. Just noticing if you're bringing yourself too far or if you need to give yourself a little bit more of a challenge. Inhale starts to bring it up. Finding your way to extend the left leg. And finding whatever progression you would like to find your hamstring stretch. Whether you want to frame the leg, take your hand all the way, or just use a strap. Take 3 more breaths here. Inhale, start to rise up. Set your strap off to the side. Right arm cartwheels up and around towards the right hip. Inhale pushes you all the way up, finding your back bend. exhaling to come back down. Once you get there, you can swing your legs off to the side and find tabletop or hands and knees. Bad posture here is just going to be just making sure that your shoulders and hands are not aligned. That's going to be bad posture. Good posture is making sure your hands are stacked right beneath your shoulders, knees are stacked right beneath your hips, nice flat back. On your inhale, you're going to send your gaze forward. You're going to start to tuck the tailbone in, curl the toes so that they're on the mat, lift the gaze, drop the low belly. On your exhale, start to push the top parts, flat parts of your feet. Let the neck release. Take a big exhale here. Finding a way to go through. Taking some cat-cows at your own pace. Just staying with your own breath. And letting your breath be heard. It's okay if it's audible. Once you're ready, you're going to release our hands about 2 inches away from us. Inhale sends the hips forward to thrust. Hike up the feet. And just gently bend through the forearms. On your exhale, push yourself back up. Let your big toes touch, knees come spread far apart, hips come back and down to child's pose. You're going to go through this 2 more times. Inhale sends us up, brings the hips forward, hiking up the feet, bending at the forearms. Push up. Coming back to child's pose. From here, walk your hands over to the right for a breath. Bring the forehead back down. Coming back to neutral. Once you get there, coming all the way up. Sending yourself forward. Bending at the forearms. Push up. Back to child's pose. Last time through. Hands walk over to the left this time, opposite side. Starting to bring it back to neutral once you're ready, and sending yourself all the way up, finding your way back to tabletop. Before we do some more postures here, just flip your hands really quick, just so you can stretch out your wrist. Lean into one side, flip your hands, feel some pops. From here, you're going to sit back onto your heels and look for your strap. Going to finish warming up the shoulders as well. Length of your hands is going to determine how much of a stretch you get from this. Bad posture in this pose is going to look like this. If you're a little bit slouched and you have the stomach pushed back and the shoulders kind of pushed forward. To do this, you're going to want to push the chest towards the sky. Notice how much taller I actually just got. And just pin the shoulder blades back. Keep it relaxed. On your inhale, take up the strap. Notice how your back might arch, might tend to arch. Keep it nice and flat, nice and straight, nice and rooted. Inhale sends you all the way up. As you fold, take a little arch in the back. Nothing too crazy. Inhale to rise. If you need to readjust the hands, go ahead. Exhale, sends it all the way through. Inhale back to neutral. On your exhale, start to lean over towards the right side. Bad posture here is going to look like you're hiking over towards the left. To fix this, just sit up straight. Your hand does not have to come all the way towards the ground. Your inhale brings you back to neutral. Exhale to switch, taking it slow. In no rush today. Or if you are in a rush today, see if you can challenge yourself just to slow down for at least this 1 hour. You got 24 hours in a day. See if you can at least slow down for one of them. And sure, you could slow down while you're sleeping, but let's see if we can consciously slow down. Very hard thing to do nowadays. Once you're ready and you feel good with your shoulders, let's go back to tabletop. Finish everything up. From here, make sure your stance is good. Start to push into your mat with your right hand, a little extra. Inhale sends up the left arm. On your exhale, bring your left arm to the window you just created on the right side. Thread the needle, dropping onto the left side of your face and your left shoulder. Right arm gets released towards the front of the room. Make sure your hips are nice and square, knees are nice and parallel, equal distance apart from one another, and make sure your back is feeling nice and flat, nice and straight. Make sure the hips aren't too upright and pushed forward. You'll also be hurting your neck here, and make sure the hips aren't too sunken back as well. You want to keep a nice balance. Keep everything nice and square. The stretch is going to feel mostly in your scapula / shoulder blade region. Take about 3 more breaths here. To get out of this, you're going to want to send your right hand by your face to help support your way up. Take a nice inhale up on the way too. Give yourself a nice little shakeout. Feel the difference between just the areas in your back and what that twist just did for you. Get ready to switch sides. Once you're ready, start to push in with your left hand a little extra. Inhale sends up right arm. Send it towards the sky. Exhale to thread the needle through the opposite side. Bringing your way onto your right shoulder and the right side of your face. Left hand, or left arm gets extended towards the front of the room. Once you're ready to start to get out of this, left hand comes by your face. Take a nice inhale to help you up. Take a big shake out with the shoulders. Starting to feel the back open up as well. Once you're ready, knees are beneath the hips. Gonna keep the hips nice and high for this one. Release your arms to the very tip front of your mat. On your exhale, just bring the chest down. Keep the hips nice and straight. last 2 breaths. Gently starting to walk everything up once you're ready. A little shake out. Coming back to neutral, tabletop. Go ahead and kickstand out your left leg 45 degrees off your mat. Right leg comes back so that your right foot is parallel towards the right side wall. Make sure your left hand is stacked right beneath the left shoulder. Inhale, sends up right arm. From here, you're going to kick up your right leg. See if we can bind, finding your foot. And peeling the chest open towards the sky. Next exhale is going to help let go of the foot. Take the leg extended, find it down, and bring the arm all the way back around to meet that center. Take a little shake out with the hips. Opposite leg is kickstand out 45. Left leg comes back, nice and straight. Left foot is parallel towards the left side wall. Finding your way to bind at the opposite side. Big exhale to let go of the left foot. Taking everything back towards the center. From here, you can release the hands towards the front, curl the toes, lift the hips back and up to down dog. Take a pedal or two. When you're ready, you can walk the feet up towards the hands, meet in a forward fold. Inhale up halfway, exhale, let it go. Take a big bend at the knees. Inhale to come up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale sends you up. And on your exhale, keep your knees bent, but stand up all the way. Feel a little pop in the hips. Give everything a little shake out. You can send your arms out to the side, send them up all the way towards the sky. Connect the hands, send them down to heart center. Inhale, sends up the arms. Exhale to fold, bend at the knees. Here you can look for a block. Go ahead and bend through your left knee and straighten through your right leg. Left hand comes down to your block. Inhale, sends up the right arm. Exhale to switch. Taking a big bend at the knee, where you switch sides. Right knee is bent and left leg is straight this time. Exhale, gently let it go. From here you can take your arms out to the side, send them all the way up. Exhale, release the arms towards your side, swan dive, plant the hands and step back to plank. Inhale sends you forward, exhale sends you down. Chaturanga. Use the tops of your feet to help lift the knees up on your inhale. Exhale to curl the toes back to down dog. Take a big pedal through the feet. Right leg comes up on your inhale. Exhale brings the right knee towards the right elbow. Starting to draw back your left leg so that it's nice and straight behind you. If you have a cushion and you need some support for your hip, send that cushion underneath that side. Prop yourself up onto your fingertips. If this feels good for you, stay here. If you need to take it farther, start to bring your forearms down. Releasing everything down towards the ground. holding these last few hip openers for a little extra longer. Once you got the nice stretch going through your right side, see if you could gently close your eyes. Just really focus on your breathing. Focusing on every little detail of the stretch, how every mechanism is coming together to help make that body part feel better. Feel what the stretch is doing for your right side. Feel how it's lighting up the hip flexor. Stay here for about 15 more breaths. This is starting to get too much for you. Just start to gently rock on your shin a little bit, distributing the weight back and forth. For the last few breaths, coming back to neutral, finding stability and strength. Big inhale to the nose. Exhaling out the mouth. From here you can start to bring the forearms back. Taking your time to slowly make your way up. Back to neutral. Last breath here. From here, you can take your back knee and your back toes, bring them up, and bring the right leg back to tabletop. Give yourself a little bit of a hip circle back and forth before you switch sides. To get to pigeon for the opposite side, take yourself to down dog. Left leg comes up. Right leg's coming back, nice and straight this time. Adjusting yourself just so that you're comfortable and taking yourself down when you're ready. Settling into this posture. You actually store a lot of grief in the hips. That's why these stretches can be so intense. Just releasing so much of this tension in our bodies. So much physical stress. Finding your back knee, your back toes to lift. Find your way back to tabletop. Shake out the hips. Find your way to sit back on your heels. Gonna go through one more very nice, very intense hip opener. When you're ready, let's fold in both sides of our mat in to make a little added cushion. Your block can be about a foot away from the mat. And we're going to be setting the sides of our feet, not the top parts, the sides, and our knees on that cushion we just created. The legs are spread out nice and wide, the sides of the feet are on the mat. From here, you're going to take yourself down to your block. In this wide stance. Just so that you guys can see it, I'll show you from the other side too. It's going to be looking like this. Blocks on the front. And we're just going to chill out here for a good little bit. Notice how my hips aren't too sunken forward like this, but they're also not too far back. So that I'm getting that low back compression. I want it right in the middle. Staying with your breath, but also just starting to fall, starting to really lose a sense of what's around you, starting to fall into your own practice, not thinking too much, just feeling and being, and just enjoying the stretch. Just gently start to distribute the weight to either side, just inviting a little bit of movement back into the hips. You can slowly bring your hips a little bit forward, bring them back. Take 5 more breaths here. Two more breaths. Starting to find your way back up. Sending your knees in. begin bringing your mat back out. Once you get there, you can make your way to the front of your mat. Legs are extended, and you could find yourself to lay back down. You could use this last minute or two to take any postures you want to take, just that I may have missed, or that may be calling to your name, whether that be happy baby, or just hiking your knees one more time in towards the chest, whatever feels good for you. You're going to start to bring everything back to center and find some stillness. Today I'm going to bind at the feet and just let the hips open up towards the side. Just going back to the breath, letting your eyes close, feeling the differences in your body that you created for yourself. The amazing thing about yoga is that we get to create it ourselves, for ourselves. Make any last little movements you want to make just before you find some stillness. So just letting everything be. Letting all the stimulus around you just fall off to the side. Not that it's not important. Just that we're taking a break from thinking about it. Stillness, silence. If you would like, you can make a little prayer, or just send some good energy to a friend or family member, or something that you hold close to you. Whatever it is, wherever it is, let it support you. Just letting yourself bask in gratitude for one more minute. Conscious appreciation. At your own pace, take your time getting there if you're not ready. Just start to wiggle out the fingers and toes. Starting to invite some movement back in. You shake the head a little bit, yes and no. Eventually finding your way to hug the knees and making your way all the way up to a seat. Take a last 3 clearing breaths together. Big inhales through the nose. Exhales out the mouth. 2 more. Letting all of it go. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really hope you have a good day. And I hope you continue to practice to keep yourself and those around you safe. Stay happy, stay healthy. Until next time, namaste.